Welcome back, everyone, to the Crombie Radio Hour on Saga 960. I wanted to end tonight's show, the last show before the Christmas holiday, before Christmas. And I'm going to be broadcasting a bunch of encore shows all next week, so I won't have an opportunity to speak to you directly before the New Year's. So I wanted to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and also a very Happy New Year. This year's been really tough for me. I've had some real disappointments from a family standpoint. I've experienced a situation in a litigation that I've been involved with that has been extremely disappointing, where people that I thought were honorable, I don't think have been honorable, and I've had some personal challenges. But I think we all go through some challenges in life, and the key, I believe, in life and success is having the resilience to go through those and get up off the mat and keep going. And I really liked Martin Buckland's resume for Santa, because it talked about a lot of characteristics that I think a lot of us aspire to and would love to have in regards to empathy and leadership and supply chain management. And, a lot of the things that Santa, according to Martin, has got to do to be successful in motivating the reindeers and the elves, leading them all in their objective, but then also having incredible customer relationships, personal relationships with the people, the children around the world that are waiting for his arrival. So I loved his resume, and I do think that it describes a lot of those things that we aspire to in our own personal lives and in our occupational, professional lives. And I think it's got a lot to do with what Christmas is all about, the type of world that Jesus Christ wanted us to create. And I think that's inspiring. And so I loved the description of the type of person Santa needed to be. And I hope that sometimes, if not maybe more than sometimes, I can aspire to and actually accomplish some of those personality traits. And I think, as I mentioned, it's important, as we get struck down on the mat over and over and over again by stuff that happens in life, that we can still keep some of those traits and characteristics of empathy, of honor, of peace, love, kindness, leadership, good supply chain management, good management of our own lives, good management of all the stuff going on in our lives that Martin's described Santa as having, that I think that Christ talked about us being in our lives day in and day out, even when we've got challenges and we're knocked to the mat. This is going to be one of the first Christmases I'm not going to spend with family. And that's incredibly sad for me. But life happens. And I wish my family well. Obviously, I wish them a Merry Christmas. I wish my family and friends a Merry Christmas. And I wish we were together, but we're not. And I think a lot of people are like that, whether it's through divorce or family issues or travel plans or death of loved ones. This is going to be the second Christmas I've had without my mom. And that's incredibly sad, because she was the one in my life more than anyone else that made Christmas Christmas. She loved to lay out the stockings and fill them with oranges and other goodies. And she loved baking a beautiful Christmas meal and being at one head of the table and enjoying the camaraderie of family and friends. And so I will miss her desperately again, now just for the second time. And I think I'm going to be looking forward to 2024 as a year of really new beginnings. There's going to be a lot of changes for me. Changes that I'm a little scared about, changes that are some of the biggest changes that I've experienced in a long, long time. But as the old saying goes, change is good. And so I'm going to take some time over the course of the next week, as a lot of you, I think, will and should, of thinking about the next year. And, it's something we should be doing all the time. We all know that, but it is something that we tend to do around the New Year's. And we really think through our past year, our past lives, what we've done right, what we've done wrong, and the future and what we want to accomplish. And whether we, set goals or resolutions or just intentions for what we want to achieve, I think all of the above is critically important to do. And so I'm going to take some time over the course of the next couple of days and next week and really give some thought to the future, because I've got to, because life is giving me some big challenges that I need to address. And so I'm going to have to give that thought. And I encourage all of you to take a little time for relaxation, a little time for family and friends, and a little time for some self-awareness, some self-investigation, and some intention setting, motivation setting, goal setting, and thinking and dreaming about what you want to achieve in 2024. Next week, I'm not going to be doing shows. The radio station has decided that what we're going to do is some encore shows, and I've got some really good shows lined up for you next week. On Christmas Day, I thought it would be appropriate, particularly given this conversation, to redo a show that I did with Anita Novak on purposeful empathy, which I think is really critical, and how she talks about empathy being a muscle, that the more we use it, the stronger we get in that regard. And then during the week, I'm going to have a couple of different politicians that I've really admired and business people talk about what they're up to and what they want to achieve in the future. On Tuesday, I've got Frank Stronach talking about his economic charter of rights, and I'm going to also make some comments on that. On Wednesday, I've got myself talking about a provincial policy platform that I think that we should be setting out for 2024, 2025. On Thursday, I've got John Tory talking about his life in politics. On Friday, I've got Dennis Mills talking about 20 years after the Rolling Stones SARS concert, and a lot of thoughts that he had in regard to politics, life in politics, what Olivia Chow needed to do, and what we all needed to do to come together to ensure that Toronto is the successful place that we all want it to be. On New Year's Day, I've got Ken Greenbook talking about the Ontario Science Centre and Ontario Place. So it's a pretty good week lineup. I hope you watch. Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great weekend. Have a great Christmas. Have a great week off, and have a great New Year's. That's my show for tonight. I remind you, I'm on every Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock on 960 AM. You can stream me online at www.saga960am.ca. And all my podcasts and videocasts are posted after the fact on all social media, on all the podcasts, on YouTube, and on my website, briancrombie.com. Merry Christmas.